Hey guys, okay, so I already did this video and I made the most rookie mistake ever. So I filmed the video, I edited it, it was ready to go, but then I realized that I got a notification on my phone telling me that my space was filled up. So for some reason, I was trying to free up more space, so I deleted the video to free up more space. And I don't know what I was thinking. I somehow just corrupted the file or whatever, so the video disappeared. I was an idiot, I accidentally deleted it. So now this is round 2 of me going to my junior high. And it's like 8 o'clock at night now, the sun's going down. I'm just really disappointed in myself because it was actually a really good video. So please thumbs up this video. It's actually a lot of work. I really don't want to walk to my junior high again. But yet here I am. So I'll try to replicate what I did in my first video. So yeah. Some beautiful flowers over there. I can't believe summer is almost over. It's like obviously the middle of July right now, and before we know it, it's going to be August, and then it's going to be September, back to school, fall, winter, and winters in Winnipeg really suck. You know, minus 40, 30 feet of snow. You know, if you live in an area where you don't get snow, I mean, thank your lucky stars because it sucks sometimes. I'll probably do a video when it does snow a lot on our heavy blizzard days. Out in the cold for you guys. It will not be fun, but yeah, I'll probably do that eventually. So like I said, I am walking to my junior high right now, and I moved into my apartment about 3 months ago. And this is essentially the area I grew up in. I came here a lot when I was a kid, and my junior high is literally only about a 20-minute walk from my apartment. And I'm going to be walking the same sidewalk that I walked when I was in junior high, which is exciting because I haven't walked it in 13 years. I haven't been to my junior high in 13 years. I'm not going to go inside, obviously. It's like closed. It's the summer. I can't like break in, even though I really want to. I'm just going to show it to you guys, kind of reminisce over it. I think it'll be a lot of fun. Lots of memories. I was actually going to go to the Forks today. For those of you who don't know what the Forks is in Winnipeg, it's essentially the go-to tourist area in our city. It's like essentially a park, but there's a whole bunch of buildings filled with restaurants and shops. Really, you know, lots of dates go there. It's a good place to bring the family. Again, it's a very touristy place, very artsy. There's sculptures. It's a lot of fun to go to. Again, I'm not used to filming in public yet. I'm not used to like filming around a lot of people, so I didn't want to go today because it's Saturday. It's gonna be packed with people, so I'll probably go there eventually, maybe when it's quieter during the week. Again, I'm getting used to filming in public. I haven't really done it before. Most of the videos I've shot in my apartment, so depending on how well these videos go, you know, we'll see how it works out. All I can say is at least I'm getting my exercise, having to do this walk twice. The things we do for YouTube. I learned a lot from what I just did, my mistake of like deleting the file and whatever to free up, oh my god, there's a squirrel. See, that's the thing with like trying to replicate, you know, a video, especially one as candid as this. You just don't, you know, you can't really replicate the little odd things that happen. Like, for example, like some of the things that happened to me in my previous video, the one that got deleted, I can't replicate them. You know, it's not like it's a planned video where I'm like sitting in front of my couch and I know what I'm gonna say. You know, a lot of this I can't really replicate. You know, so hopefully it's better than the other one. Who knows? Do you ever find yourself in public and people just give you, not everyone, but like some people just give you dirty looks for no apparent reason? It's not like you're doing anything differently or, I don't know, they just glare at you or like for whatever reason, I don't know, like I'm one of those people who if I see like something different, like something like someone with like a disability or someone who looks, you know, doesn't really conform to what the general public's ideal of normal is, I don't gawk. I don't like stare at the person. I mean, I make it a point to like catch a quick glance at them, but I don't like stare at them or anything. I just think it's really rude. It's not something that I typically would want to do. That's such a cool house. I like that window. Pretty cool. There's lots of cool looking houses around here. Like if you saw my previous video where I was in the park, I didn't really show you any of the houses around there. I was more in like the wooded area. There's some really nice houses around that area, like the river. Really nice. Like I said, they, you know, in my previous video I said that they remind me of homes you'd find in like BC. It's really eclectic, nice, really cool houses. A cool little Mercury Food Mart. Really cool little convenience store. I've actually never been in there. Okay guys, so this is the sidewalk. I would walk from down there to down here. And my junior high is just in the distance, Monroe Junior High. And this was the sidewalk I walked every day for grades 7, 8, and 9. Every day, there and back. Really nostalgic. I actually liked my junior high experience. I wasn't like a popular kid. I don't know, I had friends, but like, I was that weird kid, like that artsy, creative kid. I had a good experience though. There was one time where there was like this event out in like the soccer field, and some of the jocks, well, they weren't jocks, but like some of like the football guys or like soccer guys, whoever they were, they like picked me up and they put me in like a garbage bin, like upside down. It wasn't like malicious or anything. It was like, it was all in good sport. I mean, if you could call like dumping a kid in a dumpster like good sport. I mean, there wasn't like garbage in it. There was like empty plastic bottles and stuff, but it wasn't like malicious or anything. But yeah, like overall, like I didn't have a horrible junior high experience. It was fairly good from what I remember. Nothing like my high school experience, which was pretty brutal. And I went to a French immersion school. It was like part French immersion and half English. And there it is, right there. Monroe Junior High. I really hope they don't have cameras, because it's like, this is my second time here in like 3 hours, and like they're gonna look back at the cameras and be like, who the fuck is this guy? This shady guy like hanging around the junior high, like filming and talking to himself. But really, I am not talking to myself. I am talking to you guys. Let's be real. And this right here is the door, the side door, that I walked out of on my very last day of junior high. I walked out this very door, and I walked this way, and I took the sidewalk back home. I remember that day very clearly. Oh, and there's lights on. Oh my god, I can actually see down the hallway. Oh my god. Oh, I wish I could get in there, like, just like break in. Oh my god. I wonder like if there were like any renovations done, or if there was like, I don't know, it looks kind of the same. Again, I can't really see, but like, oh, so nostalgic. And now we're coming around the corner to the back, and the huge ass soccer field is down that way. And there it is. And it looks like this was completely renovated. It did not look like that last time I was here, 13 years ago. I really want to like peer through those windows there, but I don't want to like come across as like a freak. I don't think anyone's there. I mean, there's lights on, but like, let's go check it out. Someone like calls me out right now. Like, I really don't care at this point. Huh. See, like, that's one of the things when you're a kid is that everything seems so big because you yourself is so small and everything, the world around you is just so big. And then if you revisit some of those old places like your school or your home, they just seem so much smaller. Because again, when you're a kid, everything just seems so big. I guess case in point, this school right here. So I actually couldn't film this part last time, like 3 hours ago when I deleted the video, because there were like kids playing like basketball and I didn't want to film them, but like, it's open now, so it's really cool. I don't know what this is, some kind of rock mound, full of rocks, I don't know. And this is the huge field. Brings back memories, lots of gym classes out here, lots of events like festivals and like just sporting events and whatnot. Really cool. It hasn't really changed. I actually didn't get this far last time. I actually didn't come out into the field on my other video, but I'm gonna do that now. Look at that beautiful sky. It's gonna rain tomorrow, I think. I was so pissed off when I accidentally deleted that video. Oh, I was so angry, you have no idea. And I was like, well, I can't film it tomorrow because it's gonna rain. And I can't film it during the week because for some reason I thought that school would be in session during the week, but I forgot to realize that it's July now and school isn't in session. So I was like, well, now I'm gonna have to wait till next Saturday to film it. And I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna leave right now and just film it again. I'm kind of glad I did. I forget what this building is over here. I think it's an elementary school because I see a play structure down there. So I think this is like another school. It's not like a junior high. But yeah. Oh my god, I love that sunset. Look at that. That's like a perfect thumbnail. That actually kind of looks like my other one where I did like the park video. I'm like pointing. I don't know. Really cool. Should I attempt jumping up, trying to, oh no, I cannot reach that. I'm so short, I cannot reach this. Let me see if I can. Ugh. Even if I could, I can't because I'm like holding my phone with my other hand, so it's gonna be weird. Whatever. That's why like doing these videos is really good with like a partner or like doing it with like a second person because you can like do stuff like that. Play structure. A church. Wait. Oh. Does this make a good thumbnail? I don't know. I think it looks cool. It reminds me of that Boyhood movie. Like the cover of that movie, the poster, the boy is like lying on the grass. He's like something like that, I don't know. Oh hey guys. I just think back to like who I was back then as a 15-year-old and who I am now as a man, and it's night and day. I still remember my aspirations and dreams back then, and I feel like the integrity of who I am has remained, but I feel like my personality is a lot different. I was much more shy and nerdy. I mean, I liked Pokemon, I liked, I hung with, nerdy kids. Again, I wasn't, one of the popular kids. I had glasses. Again, just because you have glasses doesn't make you like nerdy or geeky or unpopular, but there's that stereotype. I remember my first day of school actually, and my mom, she drove me to the very front of the school, and she came inside with me. I don't know, because I was scared or something, I don't know. I forget if I asked her to come in with me. But anyway, so we walked into the main lobby, or entrance, whatever, and I had to look for my homeroom, and there were a whole bunch of, like, papers on the wall by the entrance, and you kind of had to, like, look for your name and find out which homeroom you were at. So I did that, and she came into the homeroom with me, and, I sat down, and, she kind of told the teacher that I didn't have very good eyesight, so I had to sit at the front in all of my classes. Which was really nice of her. And I just remember because at that time Harry Potter was like kind of blowing up, and the first 2 movies had already come out. Again, this was like 2003, 2002, and I was like all Hermione. I aspired to be Hermione. She was so smart and intelligent, witty, and I wanted to be that, And so, like, the first couple months, I would always sit at the very front. I would always be, very attentive, and I would always ask questions. I would try to be, Mr. Know-It-All, just trying to be all Hermione. And when my mom, on that very first day, she drove up to the front of the school, I looked at this school, Monroe Junior High, and I saw it as my Hogwarts, my wizarding school. Just really funny. And I still have some of my junior high friends or classmates on Facebook. There was only really one real friend I had in junior high. And I still have her, I still talk to her occasionally. But anyway, we are coming around the corner to the very front of Monroe Junior High. And this is the very front door. Let's take a peek inside again. See, there's like lights on. I don't know if that light stays on all the time. I think there's a janitor in there. Because I saw a janitor's cart earlier inside, so I'm assuming there's like a janitor or something in there. I don't know. I really want to go in there, man. I wonder if it's like, what if I just like randomly walked inside one day, like during the school year, and like, would they like catch me? Would they be like, why are you in here? What if I said, I graduated here like 13 years ago, I want to like see how it looks again? Like, is that like a thing? Can I do that? Some random coffee mug, which is funny. And this is the very front of the school, which again looks completely different. I don't know how I feel about this more modern approach, like the black and like, I don't know. I don't feel like it suits the building unless I like change the rest of it. The very front doors right here, which again looks completely different. Oh, it kind of looks the same. Huh. Wow, lots of construction happening. Again, I hope there isn't like cameras like watching me. Like, why is this guy back again? Oh my god. So tell me about your junior high experience. How old are you right now? Did you just graduate junior high? What was it like for you? Were you popular? Were you like, You know, what is it like? Because when I went to junior high, I mean, that was back in like 2003 to 2005, and I mean, there weren't cell phones back then. There wasn't Facebook. There wasn't Instagram. There was MySpace, but I didn't have MySpace. There was MSN Messenger, but like, what is it like to be a kid in junior high nowadays? You know, I don't really know. Even high school, like, what is that like? I graduated high school in 2008, so that was when, you know, smartphones were, I don't think they were available yet. It was more of like the flip phone. And MySpace, not MySpace, Facebook was just starting, so yeah, let me know. I'm very curious. Goodbye, school. Goodbye, coffee cup. Oh my god. I mean, yeah, like, just everything just seems so much smaller, you know? I mean, I am small to begin with. I'm only like 5'4". So like back then I was probably only like 5'1", but like still, like, it just seems so small, everything. Again, that goes back to my previous comment of how, you know, when you're a kid, everything just seems so big and vast, and the world just seems so big, and it is, but like, I don't know. It's not as big as you thought it was when you were a kid. Oh, now that's a good thumbnail. Got it. And I was never one of those, you know, obviously I told you I wasn't very popular or whatever. I was never one of those, like, rebellious kids who, like, smoked or, like, drank. I'm sure some of my classmates did do that. I never did. I honestly didn't even have my first drink of alcohol until I was, like, 17. But yeah, junior high was a good experience for me. I like to say that it was probably the end of my childhood after graduating. It was like the end of that golden age. And then it wasn't until, you know, I moved and then went to high school did it kind of start to spiral out of control, and I don't know, it wasn't a very good time for me, high school. It's kind of dark. It was, you know, kind of unhappy. Didn't really know who I was. Very conflicted with what was occurring, not only, you know, in school, but like my personal life. Again, nothing bad happened to me in high school or anything. I mean, everyone was very welcoming and nice. It was more so myself, just very standoffish and shy. Again, I mean, if I could go back, obviously I would do so much of it differently. But hindsight's always 20/20. I mean, I can't blame myself for what I did or what I didn't do in high school. I mean, I was who I was. You know, we're all different. We're either, you know, popular, unpopular. We're either, you know, we fit into the molds of, you know, the stereotypes of, you know, the popular girl, you know, the jock, the nerd, you know. That's just what high school is, and it's always going to be like that. You know, just kind of embrace who you are, and if you are in high school right now watching this and you don't like it, you don't enjoy it, you know, it's only temporary. And I would like to say to you, if you are shy, if you don't have a lot of friends, if you find it difficult to speak to people, my advice to you would be to just try it. Just try and make friends. Just try, and I know it's difficult because I was there. I was painfully shy. I didn't want to hang out with anyone. I wish I did, though. I wish I joined the clubs. I wish I hung out with people. I wish I went to parties. You know, that's what high school is about. And being a teenager, I mean, you can get away with so much stuff. I'm not saying, you know, like, rob a bank or, like, steal a car, but, like, don't take it for granted, because there will come a time very soon where you will have responsibility, you will have to become an adult, and the things that you were able to do when you're a teenager, you can't really do when you're an adult. So really, really love it. You know, if you're a teenager right now, I envy you so much. So really, you know, embrace it, love it for what it is, and just really love your high school experience, no matter your situation. If you feel like an outcast or whatever, just try and make the best of it. just trying to be happy. I really wish I was at the lake right now, you know, just grabbing some beer, making some s'mores, some hot dogs, hamburgers over the fire, listening to some music, playing some board games. I only really go to the lake. I mean, the only time I've really been to the lake or the cabin in my young adult years is with like someone I was dating, which was a lot of fun. And it kind of sucks because there are a lot of people who can't, you know, go to the lake, you know, or the cabin during the summer, you know, not because they can't like necessarily afford it, but just because, you know, scheduling issues. I don't know. I mean, like a lot of young adults, young people like work in the mall, so it's very hard to like get consecutive days off maybe, and just kind of sucks, you know. Oh my god, there's like a baby crying in a house somewhere. It's so annoying. I think I would make a good father though. I mean, I do want to have children one day. I really do want to have a son. I don't know if that's for like most men. I imagine most men do want a son. I don't know, it's just like a guy thing, just kind of passing your genes on to kind of see what like a little mini me would look like. I think I would make a really good father. I mean, if I ever did have a kid, I just know that kid is gonna be spoiled rotten, because I just love buying things for people. I like giving. I'm definitely more of a giver than a receiver. I just like buying things for people for like their birthday or Christmas. It's just who I am. And I remember when I was, this was like a few years ago, I had a name planned out if I ever did have a son. Journey. I'm definitely at the stage right now where I'm not quite ready to be a father yet. You know, if I am to have a kid, I want, you know, to give them the world. I want them to have the best that, you know, they could possibly have. And I feel like I'll be better off maybe in my, you know, 30s. I really do want to have a child though one day. I really think Aurora would be like the perfect name for a baby girl. It's just probably one of the most beautiful names out there. Named after, of course, a Briar Rose, Sleeping Beauty. Sleeping Beauty is actually probably my favorite princess, Disney princess. Maybe Cinderella. Cinderella and Sleeping Beauty. A lot of women or girls, their favorite princesses are generally the more modern ones, like Ariel or Belle, Jasmine, which is understandable because they're more rebellious and they're more complex, whereas the more traditional princesses are more, I guess, meek, and they're like waiting for their Prince Charming. But I don't know, I really like the older princesses. I'm an old-fashioned guy, so I don't know, I just like the older decades. I like how, you know, the glamour, I like the fashion. Of course, there was like the war and like racism and all that. I mean, we struggle with that, you know, still to this day. I just feel like it, you know, it was a lot easier back then. Obviously, it wasn't easy for a lot of, you know, certain groups of people. But I just feel like it was such a glamorous time. Just walking downtown. I mean, downtown Winnipeg in itself is a very dingy, it's not a safe place to be after nightfall. There's just always police. I mean, businesses close at like 6 p.m. Just lots of riffraff downtown and just an unsafe place to be. And think back to like the 50s and 60s, and I would see old, you know, photographs of how people like presented themselves, how people dressed, you know, the women, you know, their hair done up, the men in their suits. It's like, you don't see that anymore. It's kind of unfortunate. Again, I'm kind of an old-fashioned guy. I like those sorts of things, you know. Crows. And back to what I was saying earlier about, you know, princesses, Aurora. I mean, I remember when I was a kid, and I would like probably classify myself as a femme boy when I was, you know, a kid. I was more feminine. I was more into like Sailor Moon and the Disney princesses. I collected Sailor Moon dolls. I wasn't very masculine. I mean, I didn't like cars. I didn't really like Lego. I was made fun of a lot, you know, for, you know, collecting the dolls, Barbies. Not just from like family members, but from like classmates. I would always be teased. All my friends in elementary school were girls. You know, my birthday parties would always have just girls at them. And then as I got older, I mean, now I, you know, see myself as a masculine guy. I'm not really into the whole, you know, again, I don't really like sports or, you know, I'm not really into cars or anything, but I still classify myself as more masculine. I'm not, you know, as feminine as I used to be when I was a kid. But just how some, you know, a lot of girls want to be princesses and some boys too. And all girls are princesses, you know. Kind of a reference to that movie from the 90s, A Little Princess, where she says all girls are princesses, which is completely accurate. Regardless if you're rich or poor, where you come from, skin color, your ethnicity, all girls are princesses. And don't let anybody tell you differently. And some boys. I mean, when I was a kid, I never wanted to be like a prince or like a king or like a superhero. But now, like, I would definitely want to be like a king or a prince or a superhero. Not so much a princess, but, and it's like happening again. Earlier in the video, I was talking about how like some people just kind of stare at you weird for, you know, no apparent reason. Like a couple minutes ago, like I didn't have my phone up like I am now. I had it down. And people just like give you a look, or like people driving by, they kind of like smirk, not like in, you know, people kind of, you know, sometimes smirk at you because they think you're attractive, whatever. It was more of a like, you're a weird, you know, kind of smirk. And it's like, buddy, like, have you looked at yourself in the mirror lately? Like, fuck you. I just wish people were more like self-conscious of how they came across in public. Especially like if they see something that's kind of out of the ordinary, or like they see somebody with like a disability, or again, like I mentioned, you know, earlier in this video, somebody who doesn't really conform to what like the general public's idea of normal is. I just wish they wouldn't gawk and just like stare and like, don't you know how stupid you look? I see it all the time. I mean, don't you realize you're just like staring at the person and it's making that person awkward and uncomfortable with you like staring at them? I don't know. I just wish people would be like more considerate in situations like that. What's worse are like the people who like laugh, or they see like, I don't know, like maybe like a drag queen, which again, like if you see like a drag queen in like broad daylight, that is like a little weird to begin with. I mean, you don't see that every day, but like don't just like stand there and like smirk at them like they're a freak, or like, I don't know. It's just kind of frustrating. However, I would say that I would totally try drag once in my life, like more so like the whole face of makeup. I watched RuPaul's Drag Race recently. I watched it a few years ago with the person I was dating, but I rewatched it because there's the latest 2 seasons on Netflix, so I like binge them, and I am obsessed with RuPaul's Drag Race now, whereas I wasn't before. Because like a lot of my gay friends on Facebook, like whenever the new season airs, it's like that's all they talk about. It's like, what is the big deal? And then like I watched the latest 2 seasons, now like I'm obsessed with it. But yeah, I would totally try drag. I wouldn't like go out in public, you know, in drag. I would like have someone do my makeup. I would maybe do like the wig and maybe the costume. I just noticed all that grease on my shirt. So unfortunate. I hate it when you're wearing like a white shirt and you like spill something on it, like the most insignificant amount, and like it's forever fucked. Especially like mustard or like red wine. I love wearing white. It just sucks because it's so easy to stain. Guys, we are almost home. Probably a few more minutes. I really want some pizza now from like Little Caesars. I live across from a Little Caesars and I want one of those $6 hot and ready pizzas. They aren't the greatest, they're okay. But I know like every time I order pizza or have it delivered, I have to have beer with my pizza all the time, every single time. Like a nice Corona. I don't have pizza right now. I don't have beer. I don't really want to go out right now and get them. Maybe next weekend. Look at that sunset. I love sunsets. They're so beautiful. Home sweet home. So I actually live up on the second floor, which I actually like. And apparently, this was like back in the 90s. There was like a mom and a son who lived on the main floor. And the son murdered the mom in the bathtub. Which I don't know if that's real or not, but I don't know, someone told me it. Here we are. Oh my God. Home sweet home, super, super dark. To get some lights on. Here we are. So that was totally unexpected, having to do that video again, but I really wanted to do it for you guys. Show you my junior high, went for a bit of a walk, really did enjoy it. So thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Yeah, and I will see you next time, guys. Later. Bye.